Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Hey, happy Friday. I'm Nick Oresco. Thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. The calendar may have switched to November, but another warm day out there. Let's bring in 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. I hear, Brian, another record high.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought it up. So we had about an hour at 2 o'clock before the cold air arrived and when the sun came out. And we went from 75 or 76 at 1 o'clock to 80.6 at 2 o'clock at Westover Air Reserve Base. Smashes the old record of 76 degrees set in 1974 for this date. But I digress. Anyway, it's warm. 2 81-degree days in a row. Oof. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's take a look at traffic. The good news here is that with the sun shining and the breeze blowing, we've got traffic moving along just fine. Sunshine and smooth sailing on the road. The official high temperature will be submitted to us just after 8 p.m. But regardless, 81 degrees again. Westfield and Chicopee, 76 in Orange, and into the 70s here, North Adams and Pittsfield. We've already started the cooling process, though. So here we are. Temperatures now in the mid-70s in the lower valley, upper 60s in the upper valley, and then already in the low 60s now in the Berkshires. So here comes the breeze bringing in the cool air. It's also very dry out there, so the warm air, the low humidity, the lack of vegetation on trees, the leaves have all fallen, and the wind combining for high fire danger. Red flag warning continues here through 7 o'clock tonight. Best not to have any outdoor flames, so be very careful with any burning and disposal of smoking materials with this type of weather. Windy conditions, it won't take much to set off a brush fire. So the wind continues into the evening hours, and you can see the cloudy air moving out and the clearer and cooler air moving in. We'll talk about it with our 22 News Storm Team forecast.
A young boy is expected to be okay after he was shot last night on Main Street in Indian Orchard. Springfield Police spokesperson Ryan Walsh told 22 News it happened around 8:30 Thursday night, right in front of the Racing Mart in Indian Orchard. Police were alerted by a shot spotter activation and found the boy with gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Again, he is expected to be okay. Springfield police are investigating, but no arrests or suspects have been announced. There is a red flag warning today across western Massachusetts and all of the state for that matter. Fire officials have been warning about dangerous conditions all week, and a number of massive brush fires are still burning in the eastern part of our state. Today, the risk is back up to its highest level. Open flames are banned at state parks. The fire marshal's office is also reminding people to be very careful doing any outdoor cooking and properly dispose of smoking materials like cigarettes and matches. An update now in the Karen Reed case. Reed will not be disposed in the civil case against her until after her second criminal trial. The family of Boston police officer John O'Keefe filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Reed and 2 bars they visited in Canton the night he died. The judge agreed with the decision because Reed could face the risk of self-incrimination or be forced to exercise her Fifth Amendment rights. But the judge denied the request that discovery will be completely halted so discovery of other defendants and witnesses can begin. Reed's criminal case is scheduled to begin January 27th. The death toll from historic floods in Spain climbed to at least 205 people today, with more believed to be missing. Spanish emergency authorities said 202 of the victims were in the Valencia region, and officials warned that more rain is expected in the next few days. The damage from the storm this week reminded people of the aftermath of a tsunami. This is considered the country's deadliest natural disaster in living memory. We're back now with Brian Lapis. It looks like, Brian, we need the rain, continued rain. Looks like we are going to be staying dry through most of the weekend.
Yeah, correct. There might be a scattered sprinkle in the hills overnight tonight, but that's about it. Let's take a look at it with our 22 News Storm Team forecast. Clouds and radar showing the clearing air now. In fact, the clouds from this morning are now offshore of the Cape and even the island. So the clear air is in here for quite some time. Let's take a look at it with our 22 News Storm Team skycast. So mostly clear here this evening with temperatures in the 60s and 50s. And then as we head into the overnight hours, going to get a little round of clouds that pushes through here. There might be a sprinkle in here again in the hills, but generally speaking, we're dry. We start with some clouds tomorrow morning, and then gradually by early afternoon, the clouds are breaking up to a mostly sunny day. So clouds in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon. A little breezy here tomorrow, a high of 52 to 56. Don't forget, we fall back here tomorrow night as we return to Eastern Standard Time. We'll talk more about the rest of the weekend's weather on 22 News at 5.
A surprise in Boston brought people to Lovejoy Wharf in Boston on Thursday. It was a huge deal in the rap world as Tyler, the Creator, played a 30-minute pop-up show on the roof of the Converse store. Fans only had to pay $5 to hear the performer play songs off his latest album, which just dropped on Monday. The Boston stop was the latest in what seems to be like a series. He also played a surprise show in Atlanta Tuesday. After more than 40 years of baseball play-by-play, Bob Costas is retiring. The legendary broadcaster confirmed the news this week to The Athletic. His decision was made ahead of the 2024 baseball season. The voice of Bob Costas became known with baseball in the 1980s. He went on to call 3 World Series and 10 league championships during his storied career. His contribution to baseball broadcasting was honored by the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2018. Coming up tonight, starting at 5 o'clock here on 22 News, today is the last day of early voting in Massachusetts. See what your options are with just 4 days left until Election Day. Plus, we'll explain question 5 on this year's ballot, which would gradually increase the tipped minimum wage in the state. And we'll have a look back at the week on Beacon Hill with our State House Spotlight.
All right, as the weekend begins, we're in good shape. Traffic up and down I-91 is in good shape. The Pike east and west of the Connecticut River in both directions is moving smoothly, and so are I-291 and I-391. Return to cooler air here for the weekend, but it's generally dry. We'll update it on 22 News starting at 5.
Brian, thanks, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. Latest news and weather all weekend long on our website, wwlp.com, and the free 22 News app.